viewers, this is RavageX9. I'm here to do another video. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I have an iPhone, so it's kind of hard to, do on-shot videos. I'm using a mirror right now to make sure I'm in frame. Gonna show you some horror comics. And maybe a little tour around with some of the odds and end type, figures and whatnot that I have, because I have some of my horror comic books displayed, and I'd rather just leave them where they are. Yeah, let's go into the next room, and I'll show you some of the books that I got. First ones are gonna be some reprints that I got. And but still, they're really cool reprints. I've been collecting them off and on whenever I can see them. But see if I can show them. This is my makeshift tripod. Talk about pop culture, huh? And it works too. Alright, first book I'll show you is Weird Science. I'll get this thing in frame right. Weird Science number 1. There we go. Yeah, these are from like the 90s. Sorry about the dead silence there, but yeah, these are from the 90s. They're reprints. Still, the art's really cool, and I love to get them whenever I can. Here is Tales from the Crypt Number One. This one I have tried like several times to get the original on eBay. Failed every time. I guess it's a key issue. It's the origin of the Crypt Keeper. Believe it or not, this guy here and the mummy are the Crypt Keeper's parents. So, I'm sorry if it's a spoiler, but that's the whole story there. Jack Davis does the art on this. It's fantastic. Jack Davis, Ghastly, Al Felstein, they were way ahead of their time when it came to the artwork. Here is another one that I'd love to get my hands on, the original, just because, the whole zombie cover and everything. It's Tales from the Crypt Number 3. These aren't in any particular order or anything. These are all really cool books. If you ever come across them, pick them up. Tales from the Crypt Number 2. These were the stories in these that were like back in the day when, a lot of the comic books actually, had several stories in them, and they all finished. It's not like all cliffhangers like a lot of the comics seem to be nowadays. They're all cliffhangers, trying to get you to buy the next book. Some, even now they go, go as far as like, it's been going on for a long time. Like as far as I can remember, is like they're trying to get you to buy more titles, as long as it's just not that book, just with the ongoing stories. These books were great because they were, 3 or 4 stories in each book, and they all finished, and that was that. The stories were so good that you want to buy the next issue no matter what. So here is Vault of Horror number 3. And they kept true to the cover. Right there. Well, Let's see if I can find it right there. You can tell the difference in the two witches there. This guy Ghastly, that's his version of and his version of the Vault Keeper and the Old Witch, and actually the Crypt Keeper too. I guess Al Felstein actually let Ghastly use his versions on the books after a certain amount of time or whatever. There's Vault of Horror number 2. Another book I'd love to get the original. I actually have the original of this one, but the cover is torn to crap. I just actually wanted to read, actually have an original book. This was before I actually got some of the 50s books. I had, I got it really cheap for maybe $4 or $5. It had no cover, but it was worth it just to read something and have something that old in my hands. There's Vault of Horror number 1. And we shall move on to what very little I have of the originals from the 50s. Here we have Tales from the Crypt number 41. As you can see, it's got plenty of wear in it, plenty of use, but you know what? I don't give a shit. The cover's attached, all the pages are there, and the way I see it, I'm preserving a piece of history right here. I mean, you can argue the fact that, when you buy a book with a first appearance of somebody, whether it be first appearance of Deathstroke, first appearance of Batgirl, whatever, that you're purchasing a piece of history. To me, this is something far beyond that, because these books, they impacted the industry big time with that whole code thing. I mean, they had a code before this. As a matter of fact, I have the seal on another book I'm going to show you. The old code that really didn't hold water. Nobody really went by it. But these are the books that really set off the strict code that they used for comic books all the way up to, was it 2010, I believe. Sorry about the glare. And one thing I wanted to add, I thought that was really funny is I always thought the girl that was in this picture always looked like Veronica Lodge from Archie Comics. Yeah, I always get a chuckle. It looks like she's about to get the axe to the head. Sorry, Archie. And moving on, I got my new Ninja Turtles. Love these guys. They're like the best Ninja Turtle figures that they've released so far. Wicked articulated. I think I'm gonna paint them all like the old school comics though. Ooh. There's some of my figures and stuff. I got Starfire there. Let's see. Purgatory. Ghost Rider. Had to make a bike for him. Give him some custom Hellfire. I get my Amazing Fantasy number 15 Watch by Fossil in there. Optimus Prime and Thundercracker. Some Power Records. Purgatory again. Yeah, my Batgirl figure. Just purchased that a little while ago. Boobs. Oh, here's a custom cheese that I made out of clay. He loves his chocolate milk, pouring it into a flower plant pot plant or something. Pot plant. I said pot plant. Flower pot. All right, moving on. Here we got Vault of Horror number 20. Same deal. It's got the wear, but all the pages are there. I mean, the cover's not torn to shreds. I mean, as long as the centerfold's there, the covers are attached, and there isn't any huge chunks taken out of the book, I would very well love to get more of these books, but even still, they're so expensive, even in this condition. Oh, but I don't know if you see it. I'll get this thing to focus, but that star right there, man, I wish it would focus better. But that star right there is the old code stamp of approval. Again, this is a very awesome book, and something that I'm proud to own and preserve. And some random comics up on my wall and frames here just to give the place a little decor. And yeah, I got a Vault of Horror, a Haunted Fear here. Cool cover. And this story is actually kind of funny. The story from the cover here. Again, there's some wear. This is probably out of the 3 that I have, this one's probably the most beat up, but I mean, like I said, the covers are attached, centerfold attached, and all the pages are there with no rips. Let's see, some more little comics hanging on the wall. Yeah. And I got my old model of Venom. Really cool picture. Well, really cool model. You need some new paint, but let's see. One other thing I wanted to show you. It's pretty cool. Let's come over here, and I'll bring it out into the light once I find it here. Something that was inspired by all these EC comics. Something that's really cool to own. This is a Creepshow comic by Stephen King, George Romero. And the art is done by Bernie Wrightson. Really cool comic. It's exactly like the movie. The whole story is exactly like the movie. The frames, the panels, the artwork and the panels, I mean, it's just like the movie. Matter of fact, the book was out before the movie, because if you can see here, it says now a very scary movie. A very cool book to own. And that is going to be that. And I will check you out later. Thanks for watching.